Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Happy Crab Knits. My name is Sarah. For those of you that are returning from watching my first episode, hi and welcome back. And for those that are just now finding me, welcome. This is just my little area of the social media universe to just talk about knitting, what I'm working on, what I finished, yarn acquisitions, tips and tricks, and anything else knitting related. I reside in Chesapeake, Virginia area with my husband and our 3 cats and 2 dogs, so I'm a happy fur mom. And let's talk knitting. So last episode I was talking about one of my works in progress, which was the socks I was making using the vanilla sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady, and I was using Mandy's Makings yarn. So I was able to finish that, and I have these right here on my sock blockers. And so this was the first sock that I knit up, and I wanted to do a contrasting cuff and toe, and I was able to do that with this sock, but then I got into the sock zone and I ended up just spacing out completely and just finishing up the entire sock without doing the contrasting toe. So I figured, I'm wearing shoes, nobody's really gonna notice, right? So those are my finished objects. Now, just to let you know, I am a turtle when it comes to knitting. So I know a lot of podcasters that deal with knitting show a lot of finished objects. You're actually going to see more works in progress and yarn than finished objects, but I am slowly getting faster as I've been, working on knitting, and, just practice makes perfect, I guess. Definitely not to the perfect part, but I'm a lot less slow, if that makes any sense. So yeah, well, I will show you what I am working on, since I only had one finished object to show you guys today. So in this really cute lemonade bag I got from 3 by the Sea Designs, I have another bag, and I will talk about this bag in a minute. So in this one I am actually working on a shawl. It's called Anuket or Anuket. I am really not sure how to pronounce it, but I've been working on this since last year and I'm making progress. So hopefully by the end of next month I will be done with it. They're on wooden circular needles, so they don't fly off the needles nearly as fast as if I'm using metal. But I can kind of show you the color. This is the Malabrigo Passiflora yarn that I'm using, and it reminds me of Monet watercolors, and it's just really pretty. It's very soft. It's just a plain garter stitch that you're doing, and then you have this really pretty fan like design going on with the holes, and it's fun. It's a really easy pattern to memorize for what you're doing, and I will work on this if I'm just watching TV and I don't really want to focus on anything. I'll pull this out of my bag and work on it, and I really like it. So I'll provide all the details in the description for the YouTube description box. And this is how it looks when it's all caked up, and it's so squishy. it's a really fun yarn. I like it because it's buttery feeling, and the yarn itself is it's tubular and smooth, and it doesn't dry out your hands when you're knitting with it. I don't have any issues with snagging. It's a fun yarn all around. I mean, from the feel to the color to how it's working up, I'm really excited. I can't wait to finish this, wash it, block it, and show you all the final, and then also wear it. So that is in here, and then I'm ADD when it comes to projects, so I decided when I was perusing Ravelry, I came across the Alaska sweater by Camille Descoteaux. I talked about her beanie that I knitted up for my mom on the last episode, and I was just spellbound by the sweater pattern because you have the tree motif on the bottom, but you also have the tree motif on the cuff, which I thought was really neat. And we went and visited our friends last weekend up in Annapolis, and there was a local yarn shop called Knits and Pieces. So talked to my friends who are all non-knitters to suck it up and go with me into the yarn shop. Because even if you don't knit, yarn shops are fun because it's, you know, you can touch and, you know, squish and look at all the pretty colors. So it's, they actually enjoyed it, so I was happy. It was a win-win situation. But the lady there was helping me pick out yarn for it because it calls for a DK weight. So this is the Knits and Pieces logo, which I thought was really cool. I love the anchor. Prior veteran, so Navy. So yeah, I love all things nautical, especially dealing with anchors. But the yarn that I'm using for the main color is Moss Heather, and it's by Kilborn Woolens, and it's called Scout, and it's 100% wool. And the color, hopefully it will show, it is this nice like emerald and muted greens with like a hint of gold. It kind of reminds you of Ireland, honestly. Like when I look at this, I think, you know, the Irish hillsides and leprechauns and, you know, looking for a pot of gold. It's just in the feel. It's very rustic, but I actually like, it's twisted, and I like the feel of the yarn, and knitting with it's really nice too. So this is going to be the main color, and then the contrast, so the trees are going to be like this golden wheat color, and that is just so pretty caked up. And what I found very interesting with this yarn was when I did the test swatch and I washed it, it went from being kind of a, I don't want to say super scratchy feel, but kind of scratchy, to like just so soft and supple. And this is my gauge swatch that I did, and it is so soft, and it really shows off the color variance in the yarn, and you can see this, the nice little V's. And I cannot wait to finish the sweater. So that is actually what I'm working on right now. And this is my progress that I've done. I started on this a couple of days ago, so for me being a very slow knitter, I'm actually really proud of myself. And I'm using a really cute stitch marker. Again, I love kitties and dogs, and this, it's a cute cat light bulb. If I can show you guys, a cute kitty light bulb marker, and it has a little white cat with stars hanging down, and I thought that was just really adorable, so that's what I have going on there. So 2 works in progress, and then I'm also thinking about casting on something else. Why not, right? So that's where this bag comes in. This is a really cute bag. It's a, I guess they call it a bento bag, and it's reversible. So you have the side that you're seeing right now with the cute little skeins and the knitting needles, but on the inside it's black and white, and it says create, and it's a very nice lightweight bag. I have 2 cakes of yarn in here and a knitting needle, and it fits comfortably. The bag I purchased a couple months back from Baba Sheep here in Norfolk, Virginia, and it's Itsy project bag. So it's a local person actually sews these bags and sells them at the Baba Sheep. So if you're in the Norfolk area at all, check them out. They're really nice. And then I'm doing the, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name. So what I will do is I'm either going to be popping up a video while I'm talking about this, or I'll put the information in the description box. Actually, I will do both. But it's a really cool, it's a beanie that has, kind of reminds you like the birds on a wire. So what I'm going to do is make this two-tone. And this yarn is fingering weight yarn from Robin's Promise. She actually has her own yarn shop up in Williamsburg, Virginia called the Flying Needles. So again, if you're in the Virginia area, I would highly recommend checking out your local yarn shop. They're really nice and friendly. And she does a lot of her yarns based on birds. And I am so sorry, I don't have the names of these anymore, but this kind of reminds me of like a sandpiper. But this is going to be the main color of the beanie, and then for the birds, I'm using fingering weight. Look at this blue. It kind of reminds you of a robin's egg. And then you can see a couple of gradients, like you have whites and brown specks and deep and light muted blues. And I am excited because I think the contrast between this and the main color, it's really going to make the birds pop, and it's just going to be a really fun beanie overall. I tried doing this a while back and I stopped, only because I bought circular interchangeables, and these are generic off of Amazon, and I don't like them. No matter how tight I get these, they keep wanting to twist off. And I was working on the Alaska beanie for my mom. What ended up happening was this came undone to the point where the yarn was getting right in between the tip and the actual needle. And that was a daunting task of not messing up the yarn and getting it out from under here. But I should be in the mail today getting my Addy twists, and they're the short tips. And I haven't worked with shorts, but I'm really excited to try those out. So once I get those, I'm probably going to go ahead and cast on a test watch, make sure everything works really well with it, and start working on this. So hopefully come next episode there'll be another work in process and possibly a finished object. I definitely want to knit some more socks, so that's definitely going to happen. And then I know my first episode for those that have seen it, and those that haven't, feel free to ignore it. This is my second time only ever doing a video. I am not very tech savvy, so I am hoping that the more I do this, the better the quality is going to be, and the more knowledgeable I will become on being able to do photo editing the right way. So hopefully it'll be a lot smoother as we go forward with this channel. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I know this wasn't a very long video podcast, but I just, like I said, I'm trying to get my feet wet with this, and unfortunately none of my friends knit, so I get my knitting chats through watching other YouTubers doing it. I will say, for suggestions on knitting blogs that I like, is Corner of Craft, the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. She really got me into sock knitting. Knittingtraditions, that I think would have to be my favorite though, just because the way she formats her videos and talks, it feels like you're in the room with her, and it's very calm, and I love her, and I absolutely love her podcasts. So definitely want to check those out. Also, Needles at the Ready, they're fun. You'll laugh a lot if you watch them. And then the Bearded Purl, I just started getting into watching their podcasts, which I'm actually enjoying as well. So, and I will definitely link their names down below in the description boxes, so that way you have different channels to check out, and but still feel free to come back. I'd like to have you come back. But if you like this, please leave a like and leave a comment. Again, I am all for creative criticism, so if you have any suggestions on how to make this channel better as far as quality and content, please let me know. And otherwise, today's Saturday for me, so I'm going to sign off and relax on the couch and get some more knitting done. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Bye.